As the years unfold and the seasons of life transition, many older adults find themselves confronted by an unwelcome companion, loneliness. It creeps in quietly, perhaps after children move away, after retiring from a fulfilling career, or after the loss of a spouse or close friends. While solitude can be a peaceful retreat, prolonged loneliness can feel like a heavy shadow, weighing down even the brightest days. The truth is, feeling connected to others isn't just a pleasant experience. It's vital to our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can have health implications akin to smoking or obesity, increasing the risk of heart disease, depression, and even dementia. Yet, this struggle is not insurmountable. Avoiding loneliness requires intentionality, self-awareness, and an openness to change. One of the most significant hurdles to maintaining vibrant connections in later life is the slow retreat into isolation. Life can narrow unexpectedly in older age. Suddenly, familiar faces are harder to reach, and routines that once brought joy seem to lose their spark. Breaking this cycle requires understanding what fosters loneliness and how to prevent it. Avoid waiting for others to make the first move. One of the most common traps that lead to loneliness is passivity. It's easy to fall into the mindset that meaningful relationships will simply come to you or that someone else will take the initiative. After years of nurturing family, pursuing careers, or participating in community life, the thought of reaching out for companionship might feel foreign, even awkward. Yet, waiting for others to make the first move is a recipe for disconnection. Imagine this: you've been hoping your neighbor would stop by for coffee or that your children would call more often. Days turn into weeks, and the silence deepens. Instead of waiting, consider the power of taking that first step. Send a message, extend an invitation, or drop by to say hello. Making an effort may feel vulnerable, but it opens doors for meaningful interactions. Resist the temptation to dwell on the past. A reflective glance at the past can bring comfort, reminding us of cherished memories and accomplishments. However, dwelling too much on what once was can create a barrier to living fully in the present. For older adults, nostalgia can be both a balm and a source of longing that isolates you from the life happening now. While it's natural to reminisce, getting stuck in the good old days can lead to feelings of alienation from the present. Instead of comparing the past to the present, focus on embracing today. What new experiences can you create? Who might benefit from your wisdom and presence? Staying connected means keeping one foot firmly planted in the here and now while cherishing, but not clinging to the past. Don't let technology intimidate you. In a world increasingly dominated by smartphones, video calls, and social media, technology can feel daunting, particularly for those who didn't grow up with it. This discomfort can unintentionally widen the gap between older adults and their loved ones, many of whom rely on these tools to stay connected. If technology feels overwhelming, remind yourself that it's a skill like any other, one you can learn at any age. Start small. Ask someone you trust to show you how to send a text, join a video call, or explore online groups that match your interests. Mastering technology doesn't mean abandoning the traditional ways of connecting. It simply adds another tool to your belt, allowing you to bridge distances and maintain relationships that might otherwise fade away. Avoid letting health challenges define your life. Health changes are an inevitable part of aging, and while they often require adjustments, they don't have to dictate the quality of your relationships or the fullness of your life. However, it's not uncommon for physical limitations to lead to withdrawal, as mobility issues or chronic conditions make it harder to engage in activities you once loved. Over time, this withdrawal can contribute to a sense of disconnection and loneliness. To counter this, find ways to adapt rather than retreat. If you loved gardening but now struggle to bend or kneel, explore raised garden beds or container gardening. If large social gatherings feel overwhelming, prioritize smaller, more manageable meetups. The key is to remain active within your means and seek solutions that allow you to participate in the things you value most. Break free from negative self-talk. Finally, one of the most insidious contributors to loneliness is the quiet voice of doubt within. It might whisper that you're too old to make new friends, that no one wants to hear your stories, or that your contributions are no longer relevant. Over time, this kind of thinking can erode self-confidence and make it harder to seek out connections. Challenge these thoughts whenever they arise. Remind yourself that you are a unique individual with a wealth of experiences, knowledge, and humor to share. There's no expiration date on forming meaningful relationships or finding joy in the company of others. Cultivate a mindset that celebrates your worth and seeks opportunities for engagement, no matter how small they may seem. As we age, the path to staying connected requires a mix of courage, flexibility, and perseverance. The good news is that every effort you make, no matter how small, can lead to richer relationships and a more fulfilling life. Remember, loneliness isn't inevitable. It's a challenge that can be met head-on. In the next section, we'll explore how embracing new opportunities and nurturing existing connections can further transform your journey. Loneliness often feels like a solitary struggle, but its antidote lies in the connections we build. Relationships, whether with family, friends, or community members, are a vital part of living a fulfilling life, no matter your age. Yet, nurturing these connections requires effort and openness, qualities that can wane if loneliness has already taken root. Building new connections or revitalizing old ones may feel daunting, but it's a journey worth undertaking. Even small steps can create meaningful bonds that bring warmth, joy, and a renewed sense of belonging. Rekindle relationships that matter. As we move through life, it's common for relationships to drift apart. Careers, family obligations, and distance can pull even the closest friend away. While it's natural for some connections to fade, others may still hold the potential to be revived. Reaching out to an old friend or relative can feel like reopening a treasure chest filled with shared memories and stories. Start by identifying people who have brought value and happiness to your life in the past. Perhaps it's a friend from your neighborhood, a former colleague, or even a distant cousin. Write a letter, make a phone call, or send an email to let them know you've been thinking of them. You might be surprised by how eagerly they respond, grateful for the chance to reconnect. When rekindling relationships, don't dwell on the time lost or the reasons for the distance. Instead, focus on what you can build moving forward. Whether it's a coffee date, a shared hobby, or regular phone conversations, nurturing these bonds can add richness to your life. Seek out new friendships. While rekindling old relationships can bring comfort, building new ones opens the door to fresh perspectives and opportunities. Yet, for many older adults, making new friends can feel intimidating. Gone are the days of school playgrounds and workplace banter that made forming friendships seem effortless. But even in later life, the opportunity to meet kindred spirits is abundant. Consider joining local groups or clubs that align with your interests. Book clubs, walking groups, gardening societies, or volunteering initiatives provide natural spaces for connection. Faith communities, senior centers, and libraries often host events tailored to older adults, offering a welcoming environment to meet new people. Remember, it's not about finding a perfect match, but about enjoying the shared experience. Over time, casual acquaintances can blossom into deep friendships. Keep an open heart and mind, and don't be afraid to take the first step. A simple smile or a friendly hello can be the start of something meaningful. Invest in your community. Sometimes, the most profound sense of connection comes not from individual relationships, but from the larger fabric of community. Being part of something bigger than yourself can provide a sense of purpose and belonging that wards off loneliness. Community involvement doesn't have to mean grand gestures. Simple acts like participating in neighborhood events, attending town meetings, or helping organize a local charity drive can create opportunities to interact with others. Volunteering is another powerful way to integrate into your community. Whether it's tutoring children, assisting at a food bank, or mentoring young professionals, your time and skills can make a real difference and introduce you to like-minded people. Communities thrive when people contribute their energy, wisdom, and care. As an older adult, you bring unique experiences and perspectives that can enrich your surroundings. By engaging with your community, you'll not only combat loneliness, but also leave a legacy of connection and kindness. Embrace the gift of intergenerational relationships. Loneliness often narrows our social circles to those of a similar age, but intergenerational relationships can bring a unique vitality to life. Interacting with younger generations, whether they're your grandchildren, neighbors, or members of your community, offers fresh perspectives and opportunities to share your own wisdom. Start small. Offer to babysit, help with homework, or simply listen to younger people as they share their dreams and challenges. Alternatively, seek out mentorship programs where you can provide guidance to young adults or teens. These relationships are often mutually beneficial. Younger people gain insight and encouragement, while older adults are reminded of the hope and energy that new generations bring. Intergenerational connections aren't limited to family or formal programs. Attending events that attract diverse age groups, such as festivals, art classes, or workshops, can create organic opportunities to build these bonds. Embracing the vitality of youth can invigorate your own sense of purpose and joy. Lean on support systems when needed. As much as loneliness stems from a lack of social connection, it can also be exacerbated by emotional burdens. Life's challenges, grief, health changes, or financial struggles can feel isolating, making it harder to seek out relationships. During such times, don't hesitate to lean on support systems for help. Counselors, therapists, or support groups tailored to older adults can provide a safe space to express your feelings and work through challenges. Sharing your experiences with others who understand your struggles can help you feel less alone. Similarly, family and close friends may be more willing to lend a listening ear or a helping hand than you realize. Seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage. By addressing the root causes of your loneliness, you create space for healing and connection to flourish. Say yes to new experiences. Finally, avoiding loneliness means stepping outside of your comfort zone and saying yes to new experiences. It's easy to fall into routines that feel safe but ultimately isolate you from others. Embracing spontaneity, even in small ways, can breathe new life into your days and introduce you to people who share your passions. Attend a class on something you've always wanted to learn, whether it's painting, cooking, or a foreign language. Explore local events, concerts, or festivals that spark your curiosity. Travel, even if it's just a day trip, to discover new places and meet new people. Each new experience offers a chance to create memories and build connections. In the process, you might discover interests and talents you never knew you had. More importantly, you'll be reminded that life is full of possibilities, no matter your age. As we explore the final part, we'll turn our attention to building a deeper relationship with yourself, a key aspect of avoiding loneliness and embracing the joys of aging. Loneliness is often framed as an external problem, a lack of connections with others. But one of the most critical and overlooked aspects of combating loneliness lies within, fostering a fulfilling relationship with yourself. As the years pass, nurturing your inner world becomes just as important as building relationships with those around you. It's the foundation upon which all other connections rest, and it's a relationship that can thrive even in solitude. Aging provides a unique opportunity to deepen self-awareness, embrace personal growth, and find joy in your own company. By investing in your emotional, intellectual, and spiritual well-being, you'll discover that loneliness has less power over you, and life's quieter moments can be a source of peace rather than pain. Learn to appreciate solitude. Solitude and loneliness are often conflated, but they're not the same. Solitude is the state of being alone, while loneliness is the feeling of being disconnected. One is a circumstance, the other is an emotion. By learning to embrace solitude, you can transform what might initially feel like an absence into an opportunity for growth. Start by reframing how you view time spent alone. Rather than seeing it as a void, consider it a chance to engage in activities you love without external expectations. Whether it's reading a novel, painting, gardening, or simply sitting in quiet reflection, these moments of solitude can be deeply fulfilling when approached with an open mind. If silence feels uncomfortable, use this time to explore your inner thoughts. Journaling can be particularly helpful. It allows you to articulate your feelings, clarify your goals, and reflect on your experiences. Over time, you may find that solitude shifts from something to endure to something you cherish. Pursue lifelong learning. Curiosity doesn't age. If anything, the later years of life are a perfect time to delve into interests that may have been set aside during the busier chapters of your journey. Engaging your mind not only enriches your life, but also helps combat feelings of stagnation that can contribute to loneliness. Consider enrolling in classes, either in person or online, on topics that excite you. Whether it's history, philosophy, creative writing, or a new language, learning keeps your mind sharp and your days purposeful. Many universities and community centers offer free or low-cost courses for seniors, and online platforms provide an abundance of flexible options. Lifelong learning isn't limited to formal education. Exploring a hobby, picking up a musical instrument, or even diving into a new genre of books can bring joy and spark new ideas. Along the way, you may find yourself connecting with others who share your interests, forming bonds naturally through shared curiosity. Embrace your physical health. Loneliness often feels heavier when the body isn't thriving. Physical health and emotional well-being are deeply interconnected, and taking care of your body can have a profound impact on your state of mind. While aging comes with its challenges, there's still much you can do to maintain and even improve your physical vitality. Gentle movement, such as walking, yoga, or swimming, not only strengthens the body but also elevates mood and reduces stress. Joining a group exercise class can add a social component, offering camaraderie alongside the physical benefits. Even simple habits like getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, and eating a balanced diet can contribute to a more positive outlook. If health concerns limit your mobility, explore adaptive activities that suit your abilities. Chair exercises, meditation, or even breathing exercises can make a significant difference in how you feel. Taking care of your body is an act of self-respect and self-love, one that reminds you of your inherent worth. Rediscover your purpose. As life transitions in older age, many people struggle with a sense of purpose. Retirement, an empty nest, or shifting family dynamics can leave you wondering how to fill your days meaningfully. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy for loneliness to creep in. Purpose doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. It might be as simple as tending to a garden, writing a memoir, or mentoring someone who can benefit from your experience. Volunteering is a powerful way to rediscover purpose. Helping others not only benefits the community, but also provides a sense of accomplishment and belonging. Ask yourself, what brings you joy? What skills or wisdom do you have to share? How can you contribute to something bigger than yourself? These questions can guide you toward activities that make you feel engaged and valued. Practice self-compassion. Loneliness can sometimes come with feelings of guilt, shame, or self-doubt. You might blame yourself for drifting away from others or feel unworthy of companionship. These negative thoughts can deepen isolation and make it harder to take steps toward connection. Practicing self-compassion is essential. Be kind to yourself, especially on tough days. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, with patience, understanding, and forgiveness. Recognize that everyone experiences loneliness at times, and it doesn't diminish your value as a person. Affirmations, mindfulness, and counseling can help you develop a kinder inner dialogue. Over time, self-compassion can become a cornerstone of your emotional resilience, empowering you to reach out to others with confidence and authenticity. Find joy in everyday moments. Finally, remember that joy often resides in the small, everyday moments. The scent of flowers in bloom, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of a grandchild, or the satisfaction of completing a project. These seemingly simple experiences add richness to life. Cultivate gratitude for these moments by keeping a gratitude journal or taking time each day to reflect on what brings you happiness. This practice can shift your focus from what's missing to what's present, making loneliness feel less overwhelming. Engaging fully with life doesn't mean avoiding loneliness altogether. It means embracing the highs and lows with an open heart. By finding beauty in the ordinary and nurturing a relationship with yourself, you create a solid foundation for connection, both with others and with the world around you. A life well connected. As we grow older, avoiding loneliness requires intentional effort, both externally and internally. Building relationships, engaging with your community, and cultivating your inner world are all essential pieces of the puzzle. While loneliness may sometimes knock on your door, it doesn't have to take up residence in your life. By nurturing connections with others and deepening your relationship with yourself, you can fill your days with meaning, joy, and belonging. Aging is not just a continuation of life. It's an opportunity to rediscover its vibrancy, one step, one connection, and one moment at a time. Well, there you have it, our deep dive into how to keep loneliness at bay as we navigate the golden years. If you've made it this far, first of all, give yourself a pat on the back. You've taken the time to reflect on something truly important, your happiness and well-being. It's a big deal, and I hope you feel empowered to take some of the ideas we've explored and make them your own. Now, let's get a little chatty here because, honestly, I feel like we've been on a bit of a journey together. If you're sitting there thinking, that's great advice, but where do I even begin? Don't worry. You're not alone in feeling that way. Maybe your first step is as simple as picking up the phone to call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Or maybe it's signing up for that gardening club you've been curious about but never quite got around to joining. Small steps lead to big changes, and the beauty of it is that there's no rush. Life unfolds one moment at a time. And hey, let's not forget to keep things light, too. Yes, we've covered some heavy topics, but life is also about laughter, finding the humor in everyday quirks, and embracing those perfectly imperfect moments. Maybe you'll laugh at yourself trying to figure out a new app, or you'll find unexpected joy in striking up a random conversation at the coffee shop. Those little things matter. As we wrap things up, I just want to say how much I appreciate you being here. Seriously, the fact that you took time out of your day to join this conversation means a lot. It's a reminder that connection, whether it's through words on a page, a video, or a shared smile, is what makes life so special. Now, before you go, let me slip in a gentle nudge. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, why not give it a thumbs up? And if you want to keep up with more content like this, tips, stories, and insights to brighten your day, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to stay connected, and we'd love to have you as part of our little community here. All right, my friend, it's time to sign off. I hope your day is filled with moments of joy, connection, and maybe a little adventure. Whether it's trying something new, reaching out to someone you care about, or simply savoring a quiet moment, I hope you find something today that makes your heart a little lighter. Take care of yourself, and until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and don't forget, you're never truly alone. See you soon.